okutangara amashemerwa kandi hamwe no kwikikana byaba hari ya All Saints Church erizoba ubwo aba gospel mega digida bariyo batebekanisa ekivuro ekikumanya nka gospel mega digida echo murindu gwa kabiri omwaka ogu okumkwezi kwa munana ebirabira mushanju erizoba aba gospel mega digida baija kubuganaho abana bahanguto kuganira nabo kubahumuriza embere ibakurabamo kandi abembirwe orukwebembere kibine cha EDB Charity Foundation na bamwe kurugwa mu kibina nicyo kimwe ubwo bagenderire kubukaza kandi bakabasa kugarura abana aba amashemerwa hamwe n'amasiko cyarebwa ko abana barukunda Yesu barukurabira umukweshongore byeshongoro by'edini okushemerwa okushaba okubagira ngo batwire nibijaho nibabugana burwa mukaga kongera kwegaruza umuhangi ababayere ko kushemerwa nuko batiye kurgayo kusima aba team ya gospel mega digida kugira ngo bundi nibargayo benda kuyambaho ahabana bahanguto abamwe nibagira ngo embere yibakora bamu teyanguhi kandi tebonire ahamagara
nitoturya bishituruwa street kid mbasa ko bamutore bakonga mbera gahitwara bamunimbi embere y'inkumanyisaho gahitukufuna cyo kurya enjana mu kimanya enjana yaburi omwana wo mukinana ndako kurya omwana wo mukina naenda byetengo bingi naenda pads naenda okorara naenda mwana kala amajita go kwesiga naenda sabune byona twine okutoko basabe bona
mantu musima tina bwawukiru kandi tumusaba ayongera nabyatwereza ayongeraho kama mukwatiraho amayesente atongere byafunaho kubanga tutotataga ibintu bingi cyo kuriya aho kurara
omwe mu batandikiraho ikitekateko cyo kushabisa abana aba kandi akabasa kubiriza hihi na ruhanga mwete Doreen Billion yarugayo no kusima aba gospel mega digida abo kurgayo bakabasa kutayira abana aba no kubagarura amasikogu hari n'amasiko mingi go kugira ngo abana babwaza kwiragura no babasa kujya kugaruka ahari Yesu.
Amazina ni Doreen Billion kandi ninyende kwebembera abana ba Billion Child Street Ministry Gospel mega digida we barextayira ekinko basagamba akimwayerebera ninge kimurumu no mongera kureba abana n'abahanguto konka na buri muntu uri kubareba nababinho perspection ye nabinhe bigambo byakura nayenda ekikura no tekateka nicyo uri kubagambaho konka nkanye nenda kubanza nagambaho biki ebya observation eyindebire since 2017 abo katukatandike 2017 covid yabaho twatatana konkaranga kiyatebekanise mbera nuko gaka kutureba turi tuti nkabanza kongera kugumana imbabuza tukutandika mu fellowship bangambira nyonyine mukatatana wari kumbana basakare buri wamaye neshonge yawe kugambira aha wenki ari umwana wa street nango cyenda kuheza aha muyenda kubasengi so rubanja amwe naba norebo tegenshonga teshemire kubane kureto umwanya ogu konka ko nagiye kureba mu biyona nareba ngo okuto rubanja ati kine mugasho aha wenki na besingiraho nkareba nanye ndeba hano basajya ngo ndi murungi ninkoraje konkane nshobe zindi gukora so ndeba ngo enshobe zindi gukora konogera ngo wakubena nangu immediately onsharo rubanje habo kinamara kurugakora tinakubena deserving akuba nimba lively like today so nkaza kurena rangu byo nabyo no kubirobo waresirwe cyo waresirwe nako bo waresirwa kakungo bo waresirwe kiyaresirwe cyona konka naenda kumanya where are they now nuho nabandize kureba nareba ngo right now whatever happened it made them to be on the street kikabaretera bazanguto so nagira ngo ni kintu cye kindi ecyakubasa korwa so ni ecyakubasirwe korwa kamango kigambo cyarahanga kinamani cyo nicyo kinamani cyonka so nagamba ngo nibine kumanya ngo ruhanga nabamanya bine kumanya ngo ruhanga nabakunda kandi baza kukimanya bata niyo fellowship yo kureba
nuko guyagumza no kushaba abobona bikiri kwataho kugira ngo bargeyo babase kureba ko babasa kuyamba abana aba nabo bazo mu mbera nungi abamwe bazo mu mashomero kandi bargo mu kuyayana ahanguto nuko yongera kweta abantu bona abo kwataho ahamitima yabo abo kusasurwa abana aba okwija bakabasa kushagika ekivuro kya gospel mega digida cyo kwa munana ebirabiri na mushanju kugira ngo cyone kirarugemu kikabasa kuza kuyambaho ahabana abanko kubagurira emyenda yo kujwara ebyo kurya hamwe no kubareberera umbukwatine nebyo biyonjo.
Itwe aba Berean Child Street Ministry twetekatekira mu kwija omu gospel mega digida ebirabiri na mushanju nsingo murimo gumukora aba gospel mega digida okuyamba abana abahanguto nangwa abana batakweyamba kandi ntwikiriza ngo ebirabiri na mushanju byo kwa munana tuturabureho nk'aba Berean Child Street Ministry okwirukirira ekiriyo mu kora nsimo mu gwanyu gumu mukora kandi baraganisa ngo tuza kwemerera twena tukwatanise turebe ihangari to kurya kuzombuteka twantu yamba abana okuba bari kona na no mu mbereze ko muri zone aba gospel mega digida mukama bathera umugisha gw'Imana.
Bitweho na uriyo mutebekanisa mukuru w'ekivure cya gospel mega digida Ruhigura Nsozi editaremwa owabinji bakumanya nka MCADB yarugaye no kusima abo bona abarukwehayo kugira ngo bagire kibarekura kuyamba abana bahanguto ogunashobora nagira ngo wenko muntu nahuro kushasha kw'amani washanga abana nubatoroko mu makagabo nuko yarugayo kugira ngo natekwa kukore kiri kubasika kuyamba abana abahanguto.
Amazina mayita MCADB the entertainer irizo twaspending aho time nungi n'abana ba street kids. I was surprised ibintu binareberizo nahibo mugisha nk'umuntu kureba ngo abana benyine mbebembera praise worship. Oh my goodness, n'ikintu kinanta ko expectinga so nagira nti nka gospel mega digida leader nagira nti rizo taking a step ndebe abana bumba chikwara batabana bo mu ghetto and of course nka gospel mega digida MCADB Foundation tuzagumza mu mission of course tugumana tuje tubatayiraho
gasha kwa Innocent Itungo omurembo mbarra agunguga basa kubanga siyo omurembo rwitu rwambarra ubwo abantu batabi bamwe na bamwe bari betungwitiro kweyongera kwe namba z'abana banguto umurembo rwambarra kugumane yiyongera ubwa hati baza comparinga report yahirwe yo council yambarira umwaka w'2019 yabeneyereka ko abana nyamwingi bariyo bahunga umbyaro rutarumwe na bwo byahingurize district yambarira kwijya bakatura ahanguto zo rurembo rwambarira ubwa hati report ahindukire abo kuba buriya ekaberi yecweka bina no tonyezi bushatu konko bwa hati nebicweka bitanu no bicweka mushanfu so abantu bamwe na bamwe nubatekateka ngo abana abantu bahungemberambi eriyo mu maka geito ko ahitkubanturuga so nho kurigerayo kashabira abazire kugira ngo abana obwira ukabushanga umwana no wa murano umwana no washo umwana no wawe nubwo kubatamuzire konkano wawe wambugana ryo mushobe umuhabara kugira ngo ebyo byona bitakabasa kubandi bimuhikaho konko bwa hati ni teraha kutere ngo ni jiroti abantu mwe bahunga child labor umwana umkwata nuwara yaza kushakireka nuwe yaza kurunda okuya kubasa kubisaho batahibe umwana kirebya muremera sharamayija umtawunaha oshanga bijwireho ahanguto mwenu ebina bitari mwe na mwe bigireyo nibijumera okweyongera kwe namba y'abana bakutura ahanguto byagumza muntu bayambaho kugira ngo barwo mu mbereje rukubi abana bano bakuja bakargamu ebikorobero kweyongera omutawuni ningasho mu ndembo ezamano mu ihangaritu ukashanga harumu obutemu abarukutero bunyondo abo kuba mwana karu kubure cyo kurya yabatefiro akaronde cyo kuza gukora naza kuntu waraze kutega akakwiba hakashaho akiya musente ninga waraze kucwa eduka yawe wawatsiga miliyoni zingahi utarajishangira so ningira ngo abanyayuganda kwatwaho reka tuyimukiremu tuyamba abana batubahereze bakwetaga umwana ko kumukwatireho rahanga yakwire sente umwana ko kumukwatireho umutera umutwaro mwishomera ningo gire cyo wamutandikira muhereze nke bucket yesano aze kutandika kutembe yo banda muhereze agutandikiro ubundi to kamanyaranga kacu kwera mu mugisha mubare munonga ba gospel mega digida abo kwehayo mukenda ngo ubundi mukorre umurimo gwarahanga mu gukore mecamani ombana abo gospel mega digida utakaye gori kutureba GNTV eriyo ne iza season ya kabiri umwaka ogwo kwa munane biro 27 hanuya King of Kings ija obase kushagika obuhereza bw'aba MCADB Charity Foundation kugira ngo abo nibo barigireyo bakajya ngo reka bakwatireho abana abo bakubahereza ibyo kujwara ibyo kurya uburaro ubundi abo kwenda kuzagaruka amashomero bakabatugariza amashomero bakargama abantu bamani nyesya nabebembezi nyo cyantangaza shanga abana nk'abana bamanya kushoma za Bible nibamanya kuzinira Yesu nibamanya kuhimbisa no kuramya konka habuzurogo abakura kabisya umucyaci ningashi umbuhereza bwa rahanga abahereza mwena nimbatero muranga mushya abana abo mubiye yo mbagaruze y'inarahanga nabone ikintu cyo mugasho nyesya tokamanya bari mnonga MCADB abukurga yuka basa kuteka mu mutuma go buzire ukabasa kutayira abana abo kandi ukabasa kugamba nabo kandi tubendeza ebirungi katugumizemu esabiti yaje itira amabega yenyine President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni akija yagiraho urubugano rweye na n'abanyishengero obwo ari kuza kwa State of the Nation address ninga kuzaganiraho na nihanga ari anshonga stars mwe na zimwe tukareba enshonga stars mwe na zimwe zizo zaganirwaho ngeyentebe kanisa ya government ya parish room model argaye agamba aha insecurities ningashi obutabanguko burukubo mu ihanga ryitu ningashi okugira ngo insecurity iryo mu ihanga kanyire president yabasa kugigambaho ubwitani bwabwakera bwizire yargaye agamba aha ahiyatiro mukono HFC yaga homosexuality bill ayengaye shongani nyingi ziyabase kuba nagamba bitu obyabe naganiya n'abanyishengero abo hamwe n'ihanga ryo nabo kubaka bari yamikutwetari yemwe nemwe ama television hamwe n'ama radios akargaye agamba aha bahereza ningashi abebembezi bita kuba tutiyireyo kugira ngo ubundi bakabasa kugiye kibatushakira ngo abo bagwejegire hine cyubaro ngomwe nagenda bamutwara hero musiza hero kugira ngo agire iki yakupa yaje kitware mu constituency ye ninga agire iki ya leta abantu abari kwebembera kunka kibyamira abantu yarigire yakabajumira akagira ati abatu bashimiye kuba bari abebembezi ngo murundo gundi akagumiza mu yahabura abanyayuganda ngo murundo gundi hati bashimiye kutora nabembezi abo kuba bine cyo bakuza kubagasira kugira ngo barwo mbworo batakaguma ahasi yentunguka ninga bakaguma mbagireba nkembwa yabano giterera omukuri President Museveni akabigambe ebyo byaberega hacaye cya Kororo ceremonial grounds obuyabire ari mu State of the Nation address katubirebe
President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni hona arigire yatungurira kariyeye kandi hona yakabucara bebembezi bona ababeteranira har Kororo ceremonial grounds obwo barkurikiriza urugamba ruriye rwabena arge naganira n'ihanga ariko bagambira yabuze kugenda mu misho ariko jangwa bebembezi aba ubwiro bw'ingiti bafireyo okubasa futeka hintebe kanisa nungizo kutungura abantu babo ku rugomboro President najumerera bebembezi bona abo kuzomahanga gahero kandi hona bakabegese ibintu byentunguka bite baciko mu ihanga bakashitama kandi hona bakabura kwegesa abantu eje kuretera abantu nangwa bagume nyuma nangwa byanga futunguka nagira ngo abebembezi binekora hamwe kandi hona bakabasa futungura byanga byabo nangwa no kushomesa abantu akuba kubasa kwetungura bakeyihomboro bundi Uganda kabasa kwikahekuza.
How can you have a society? You have got a few people where the children are being pushed in those small, whatever they are, those small vehicles, the piped water, using gas cookers, using electric cookers. Then you have your people in the fire. This is not acceptable. It's a betrayal. And you say, we are leaders. Excellency, Right Honorable this one, Right Honorable that one. You cannot have peasants producing younger peasants on increasing the fragmented agricultural plots, and you think that you are not an enemy of your country if, as a leader, you do not see this and combat it. So to sit here as leaders of whatever we call ourselves, like I was watching our leaders in the 1960s. And we were telling them about these things that time. You people, you go abroad. Because even in the colonial times, I remember even in 1955, they would take our chiefs. The British would take our chiefs to England for study tour. But when I was in the school system in the mid-60s and I was reading, I had not gone abroad myself, but we were reading. I started asking these people, you go abroad and you see what's happening there. Why don't you tell us when you come back? To copy. You go and see progress, you come here and you maintain backwardness in your own people. You supervise, oversight role. You are oversighting backwardness. And you have no problem with that. God will not like it. In the cattle corridor, you were there the other day, you the MPs, you were there in the cattle, you saw in Ngoma. People have nice houses. And income, even when the infrastructure is not there. You saw the road from very bad. The road is not good, but the people have income. So therefore, every leader who is calling himself a leader, even these religious leaders, the cultural leaders like these who are here, please, if you don't see the importance of metamorphosis is a biological process in insects. Insect starts as an egg, the egg hatches and it becomes a caterpillar. Caterpillar changes and it becomes a pupa. Then it becomes a mature butterfly. It's called in biology metamorphosis. That's the same with society. We must be clear that we work for social metamorphosis of African societies, because that's where the problem is. The middle class women who live in the town here, they don't carry women or children on their back. You don't find tying children in the back there. Mama Janet here has never carried children on her back. Even when we were in exile, we were pushing our children in these small wheelbarrows. We should not be leaders into futurelessness to our people. You can see in Latin America people are running away from Latin America. They walk on foot to go to America. And yet Latin America is one of the richest parts of the world in terms of natural resources. But the problem is the leadership. In the US, they had leaders who could think about how to transform their country. What stimuli in South America, busy with other things. Africa should not be like that. Shall be able to create a big economy that is able to accommodate our expanding population. In 1810, the UK had a population of 10 million people. A priest by the names of Alfred Malthus started pushing views that the population in the UK was too big, etc. The UK has now a population of 70 million people that is many times more prosperous than that of Malthus's time. What happened? It was the metamorphosis of the society and the economy into a middle class, skilled working society.
Za asimwe kajese ahwa GNTV agarukosya.
ibyo nibyo bugambo by'umukuru w'ihanga His Excellency Kaguta Museveni byargereye akabasa kushaba abanyishengero ngo babe bembeze bitare byo kureba ibintu byabo byemerire ningashiba kuzahera bakashishaka sente kwihanga bakaruka umusi ya Uganda bakabura gasire byanga byabo waza kureba mu norebera kimungo kiyabe nagamba cyo namazu magenye nabwo kuba tuzira bembezo bwa hati abebembezi abari kugenda bakashitame cikuru akarebe cyazo mushaho atarebere abantu abari kwebembera ubwiro bwahwiriho tukatwina abebembezi uri kuba narebe kinto kikwetaga mu community mu society kwere hayetaga amazing kaga biri ngoga kwendaga mu gasire ubundi kwakureba abantu be batanduka kuburabura ayenda ngo abasiyeho ibyo byenyine bakubana benda bito bwa hate bintu bukahinduka abebembezi batari bamwe na bamwe bontu bakora gadebengari nkukura abantu bokuntu babigamba gadebengari ningashi nagobera nkaye akeza kugira ngo nagobera nkaye aho akabantu yatandikira akakore byeye akareka society yagire kubipresentinga mbwene ebye bigambo bya mukuru w'ihanga nindeba ngo byabashimye kugamba bitu omukugambaho n'abanyishengero nanguna n'ihanga riyona izoba niyo rumwe riyo akargaye yashaba abo bona barete ababeteka tekere kwejumbiro mu muzegwe bitingwa ningashe bisiyaga ari kugira ati wano hurato kubasa kubaho utabikozire utabyire mu muzogo yirukanga oronda bakuguba doctor babase kuyamba karingwa abo kuba babatakutangira acyo kuja kuvuga no misho cyubasa kuja kuremerera iteka kargaye yagira ngo iteka yaherize kurutaho umukono kandi rija gukora barakwato we nandi rija gukorwaho nk'iteka kuri kugamba akagezaho kukoreka abanyuganda kwiteka yarushomere akariyetegereza kurungirwa ubona abariyo bacura ngo ibyo nebyo baronde ahi bararumara reka turebe ugambo byeye ahabukwatirinde nebisiyaga
kuri wihanga rya Uganda wekitinisa Yoweri Kaguta Museveni bihabura izuba ryanyuma abazyo honarigereyo yayongera kugamba hanshonga y'ibisiyaga ari kugira ngo ubwo we arabaye n'ikizubu cy'ibisiyaga abase korga yazo mu irarro kandi hona babase kumukoraho bucerkare kugira ngo ubundi atakayijumbiro muzoga aho kuba n'umuzembe kandi ogwe we narakwatwe bwanyuma yo kwanga kuzo mu irarro korwaho naje kukomwa imyaka 20 nangwa n'ibindi biheneso byona ebiriyo mu itekeryo President Najara ngo muzegwe bisiyaga no muzembe munonga kandi hona abanyayuganda bine gwesya hihi ahubwo kubeke nicyongera kushisho buhangwa bwensi nangwa no kakanise kiragiro cyarahange cyatireho icyo kugira ngo umukazi ashwere namushija ningasho mushija ashwere umukazi kandi bazare batyo bakanyi.
If he goes further and rapes a person, a child, an indigent means a weak person, he commits a capital offense and he faces a maximum sentence of death. This is the law I signed. These are the 3 substantive points anti-homosexuality law. Before I conclude and talk about the planned legislative agenda for the coming session of Parliament, I cannot avoid commenting on the noise about the anti-homosexuality law that you enacted and I signed recently. My stand on homosexuality has been repeatedly laid out to all and sundry. It starts with a few questions. Why does somebody become a homosexual? Is it on account of genetic, hormonal, or psychological reasons? Discussions with our doctors and the other African doctors who had a conference with African members of parliament from 22 countries unequivocally led us to conclude that homosexuality is as a result of psychological disorientation at some point in one's life, not genetic and not hormonal, as some of us initially thought. This conclusion that homosexuality is a psychological disorientation. It gives us a way forward. Logically, reasonably, without bias, without what? If somebody is a victim of psychological disorientation, do you criminalize him or her on account of that? Is it logical or fair to do so? The answer is no. Instead, such a person needs assistance to, if possible, overcome his psychological disorientation. I am glad the MPs agreed with me and clarified this point in the law. Therefore, those who say that the homosexuals will be arrested if they go for medical care, etc., are wrong. The law now says that a homosexual will not be criminalized for merely being so, if he or she keeps the being to oneself. What then does the law fight? It fights this homosexual when he or she goes from merely being and starts recruiting other people who are not psychologically disoriented like him or her to be like him by misinforming or bribing them. There, he becomes a criminal and, if convicted, goes to prison for a period not exceeding 20 years. If he goes further and rapes a person, a child, an indigent means a weak person, he commits a capital offense and he faces a maximum sentence of death. This is the law I signed. These are the three substantive points. Being is your personal problem. Merely being a homosexual, that you find you are disoriented, you don't like the ones you should like, you like the ones you shouldn't like. Being is your personal problem. Promoting is criminal and qualifies you for prison. Raping qualifies you for a possible death sentence. So you people, when you are arguing with these people, go for the substance. Don't be diverted to these other. Additionally, in Uganda, sex is confidential, even heterosexual sex. Therefore, if a homosexual keeps his being to himself or confidentially seeks assistance from the doctors or priests, it will not offend this law. I have told our MPs that if there are still some illogicalities in the law, such as forcing employers to know who is a homosexual in the company, or landlords to know which tenants are homosexuals, we shall work to amend them and keep the substance. We should go for the substance, not these other, because I have heard some people talking about that. But I will call our MPs and we'll talk about it. Therefore, doctors and other health workers, providers, should assist those patients who come to them bearing the three substantive points in mind. I will arrange a dedicated broadcast on this issue toward the end of June. I will give a whole broadcast on this issue.
Za asimaka jese ahawa GNTV agarkosi.
Ebyo nibyo bigambo bya mukuru w'ihanga wewe nagezaho kutereza icyabantu abembesha ringabo kugira ngo gwakargaye kandi yakwata amashija yateka umukono ahiteka eriya kurwana sepsi yago mu ihanga ritu eriya Uganda. Umushonga eziyagambireho akagamba kugira ngo awakagamba n'abanyishengero ngo kirashobo mu itekeri nibija kucyazana kandi baro kuba basa kucindura kuko bwa hati bechi baroho nejo kugira ngo ekiragiro kirume enjuma yo kubasa kumubwara hanga no kuma iteka rya Uganda. Ecyo nicyo cyamani kagira ngo cyamani titeka kuyo no kuranga abantu baguma mu mahando gurugo ngo gutarukubasa kwihakanisa ngo konka itekera karushoma arikuza kuri signing karushoma yari yetegereza ngo kandi namanya iki yakoze shot kino shemeye kurgayo akabasa kumuhakanisa mbuye n'abanyayuganda bo kundeba GNTV eshaheji nenda kubagambira kugira ngo hate bisiyaga okubirya notekwa kubirira nko mukadeya mbwe so notekwa kuboyesherekire ikinkumanyisa abarukwenda ubundi kwejunsa umuzogo mu ihangeri yitori ya Uganda hatu bashemeye kubanza kushora bakazo mu mahanga garu kubikiriza kunkana bwe yazayo President Museveni twari natushobora hari kugira ngo umuzogo no wagugiremo ngo baso butanga kurga ukandi tukugira ngo guturana ninga ngo no baso kugwiha ahandijo umuntu ninga ngo baso kuzaranwa ngo umuntu no basa kugwetamo ngo mbwe no bukiriye cyo muntu buntu tushemiye kubyehara tukareba ngo twatugura kurungi omagaragargo bitari byo kusiba nitingana kandi kikargamo bisiyaga bakarara bakoma amakagabo gafera busha ibintu bya fera busha n'amagaragabo gihamu okunyangara okahendoro yiremu oraktwara ebyo bikiryaho ihangari yitori ya Uganda esabite Giona mazire omukwinamirwa abokurwaho wabiro myishengero wa Rubaga wishazari ya Rubaga honorable Kator Rubwama ogu akija kandi yabasa kubana afa ahizoba irugwa mukaga rusabite yahwire ahitwagiriye kuza kureba tukareba bakugamba ngo yabasa kubana itoburwiro bwo umutima kwesiba turukumanya kikarigera ariki konkati hangari omukinamo abo kurgaho ogu turebere bingi bamugambaho abo kubabira ariyo muzano wa Katemba abira ariyo mweshongozi omwebembezi buri kimwe cyona abira ariyo mushubuzi webura hamohono beno mushangaho so abantu bingi barigere kumugambaho abashubuzi abeshongozi abazana ba Katemba abebembezi abanyishengero bona buyo motorebere yargaye no kumugambaho ko abira ariyo umuntu murungi abamwe no manyo umutwe kweza kurgaho ibyone bwakuba bakozera umunsi nubwo bukurgayo nubwo bukugamba konka wo cyuruho babasota bugamba byona kwaye konka turebire na hati takazikirwoko akiriyo makaje abantu bakiriyo bamurebaho abantu abo kuba atakarigiro magaragenseji ari kuganiraho na norkwetu amunywanuwe wahamara Muhammad Sereko kandi hono rukuzwe cyara abantu ba Kampala empango akarigireyo kandi yabasa kubana abagambira ati ogwa kamanyisaku ndashemeye kumuzikira ngo nangwa at least muhereze sabiti ibiri bite sabiti ibiri hata tukija twacendeza mu kandi twabasa kuba tuteka sabiti emwe mwe no gubarinzire kugira ngo habanze hahwe kurigira kechetengo cyo kucyabire kiri habanze aho wirobo bwona babase kubasa kubantu bamushendekereza bitu ebugambo by'abantu nyamwingi tukubasa kubugaruka mungu twabasa kwiyawo kati kushunireho kake tukuretere ebugambo eby'abantu bamugambireho omunyishengeroko
anko kato abadetanyiga anko kato abadayagaliza kubanga omuntu atayagaliza tasobola kugamba nti tuwandiika oluyimba nga jabuzi nagamba gwe Haruna jangu nga tulina obusisira bwe tukola ki bwe tubeeramu eyo ku Bate Valley ba Rebecca Jingo omuntu ya Haruna olwa jangu ne gundi muje leta gita kabenge leta gita naba notani kali wayo otunze mamo tunze ka fashion kanyomedo kuzama webale ninga ja tantara mwene mwambaza ebigambo so abadde akwongera konga obwongo tasobola kuleka kyekimu
kati abantu badiba kada generation eno ebadde mutegedde nnyo lwakuba ebadde emwagalidde nnyo ku social media ne ate ffe twamwagalirako n'obusobozi obulala bwe yayina nga ffe mu kutulwanira okutandika okuba live music twatandikira mu kibiina kye ekya Diamond Production twali tetuyimbangako ku byuma ebyo nga tubikuba
yatugroominga. He's a mentor, he's a teacher, and ali straightforward. Kati mukubera straightforward wagamba ensobi yo kikuyamba okwetereza.
Abadde omuntu omulungi, omuntu ayagaliza, omuntu atekwekerera abantu, omuntu awabula, era mpulidde okunyolwa kungi nnyo kuba eno gye bisembedde tubadde tulina omuzannyo gwe tugenda okuzannya
tubadde tukola rehearsals era ne leero tubadde tugenda mu photoshoot.
Abadde musajja ateri antama, abadde musajja ataleka mu lunabudu bagamba no stone unturned, okulaba nti art, drama, theatre, entertainment egenda mu maaso erebeera bulungi.
Kitalo nnyo, kitalo ddala ekya mukama waffe. Anko Katolo Bwama abadde muzadde, abadde omwagalwa, omubuulirizi menta waffe ffenna abasinga. Nze nkanze abadde yansuubiza okuntwala mu Pearl Magic, ayagala nnyo emizannyo gyange gyenzanya ku TikTok, era ng'akola nnyo vidiyo ne mukulu kasuku nga mpaana olw'okubeera actress omulungi.
Uganda efiiriddwa artist ali omujjuvu asobola okuba nga byonna abikola. Omugambo okuyimba kayimba, kyasobodde okuyimba ne kivaayo. Omugambo okuwandika oluyimba, omugambo okuwandika omuzannyo, omugambo okuzannya katemba. So Uganda efiiriddwa awamu ku bantu bemanyi nti tebajja kuzikawo emyaka mingi kusanga omuntu ali talented bw'atyo. Abadde musajja w'amaanyi nnyo mu ngeri y'okuba nti nno n'okukwata ku bantu, nga bw'asanga omuntu ali talented era we yabeereranga ne ssente, nga bw'asanga omuntu ali talented azimuteekamu. Abayimbi bangi nnyo abali kye bali because of Katolo Bwama nga yabayambako. So tufiiriddwa nnyo nga industry.
Ekintu kye tusinza okuva mu byonna byonna, tufiiriddwa an artist, a true artist, a person who had passion, abadde ayagala ennyo art, especially when banjogera art ngamba stage art. Banga ekyo kye kibadde kimuluma over time nga buli we tumiitinga nagamba nti art waffe stage nga bikendedde, tulina okulwana okulaba nti tuleeta abantu back into theatre, ng'omuntu abadde alwanirira theatre.
Efiiriddwa omuntu w'amaanyi, omuntu ali determined, omuntu ne bagamba alemerako. Katolo Bwama abadde alemerako. Katolo Bwama abadde ayagaliza nnyo era ng'ayagala nnyo atyo.
Tulina wano abantu betuyita bannakatemba. Tewajja kubeerawo omuntu addamu kuzannyanga Katolo Bwama. Kyenyinza omujjukirako nti Katolo Bwama ne bw'atunula obutunuzi bw'ati abadde oseka.
Ekiyinza obutakumenya nnyo kati naddala ng'obujjanjabi nti Segirinya bwe mba ndwadde nyina insurance enzijanjaba olw'okuba ndi mu parliament, insurance enzijanjaba. Kati obanga ovuddeyo kitegeeza olina kunoonya ssente zikujjanjaba. Kati enjawulo ebaawo nti n'eddwaliro mwafiiridde osanga ate si mwe yandifiiridde singa abadde muki abadde mubaka, nti yandigenza osanga mu ddwaliro eri mujyamu ng'omubaka kubanga waliwo amalwaliro ge tugendamu mu ngeri emu oba mu
right. Ebyo nibyo bigambo ebirugire kandi kuba nibugambwa abantu b'amaani omu ihanga lito lya Uganda okugezaho kucurura Katolo Bwama okufa kwe bitu oikirize nanye ngire ngu tumwendeze ekihumuro kirungi kandi mbwenu tukibasa kumugaruza ihiguru konka nitwenda abo bona abari kumugambaho bagire icyo bayega kugira ngo nabo babagireho hagire icyo babagambaho. Ebyo nibyo bya umugenzi Katolo Bwama ebiriyo bibaho nitugumiza mu kubasyaho mpaka ahizoba ubarije kubasa kubana bamusendekereza. Katumuze mu namakuru agandi kurwo muri ihanga rya Uganda nangu omuri Somalia. Of course tukarebaho abihe rya Uganda People Defense Forces bakurgayo kucura bakutahirwa abanyambundu ba Al-Shabaab, abo bakabasa kubita mu 5 na mushanju. Nagama kora gatuye torora gatine ahiga kurga gatina nahiga kuza konka wanachikarwaho cyamanyu. So aba UPDF kubarize kutahirwa amahiga Al-Shabaab, abanyamuntu ba Al-Shabaab babara kubita mu abantu abo cyagambisa abantu bingi ebichwane nangu twareba CDF ningashi commander of the defense forces hamwe na Noah Land Forces babasa kubana bohorezi bwa mu ihangiri ya Somalia kureba embera ne hejo ya UPDF yatahirwa ba Al-Shabaab kandi bakabasa kubita abantu bingi twareba bahikayo mwenu aba ATMIS abiheri ya ATMIS tukareba bargayo kwekunganya kubugana iheri ya UPDF kugira ngo bundi bakabasa kugonjora eshonga bamanya ahi bashemeye kukwata naho batashemeye kukwata kugira ngo businge bugumizemu omuyihanga ya Somalia nke cyabatwireyo aba UPDF kuza kuma obusinge omu ihanga eri katubirebe.
bwanyuma y'akabiina k'abazahambuki akarikumanga ka Al-Shabaab kurugayo kakatahirira hone nkambi y'amahega ya Uganda nangwa bari mu ihanga rya Somalia kubasa kuretaho obusinge kandi kakitamwa abantu nyamwingi n'abamwe nangwa bakatunga obutanya mwingi obwa hata bari mu irwaro nibatunga obujanjabi eryanya kazoba abakuru kuruga mu kibiina ekyatirwa mu ihanga rya Somalia kubasa kuretaho obusinge ekya Africa Union Transmission Mission ningasho mu karima kake ekyo kubasa kweta ATMIS ekyakyebembirwe Ambassador Muhammad Amin hona nangotebwa nogwe orukora nko mujwekerwa w'ihanga rya Uganda mu ihanga rya Somalia Major General retired Nathan Mugisha nangwa n'abantu bakuru baragaye no kutayayira abo bona bahutazibwe abari mu irwaro abahati abari mbatungo bujanjabe kugira ngo bunda amagara gabo gakagarika higuru abasirikare bahutazibwe bakatwara mu irwaro riri kumanya ko rya level 2 hospital mu nkambejo kandi ubwo hati baromba tungo bujanjabe kugira ngo bunda amagara gabo gakabasagarika higuru. Ambassador Muhammad yargaye no kugamba ibintu nyamwinja ari kugira ngo bemerera n'abanya-Uganda bona baferirwa abantu babo kandi hona yargaye no kushaba kurhanga basa kubakwasa kandi hona akababisaho ombwiro bo barhomba labamu obwo kushabanjero.
Madaktari wamekuja wakashauri kwamba wanafanya chochote wanaweza kufanya kumsaidiana. Hii kazi nimejaribu, lakini tunajua adui ana nguvu, adui ana mambo yanaendaje, alafu na pia tuchukue hii nafasi kubwa sana alafu tumeshaandikia
supporting the federal government, supporting the Somali National Army and supporting the people so that they are able to have stability, to have economic development and transformation.
Kwa hivyo tusubiri, na sisi pia tunajua kwamba hii kazi ni ajali ya juzi. Ukienda kwenye theta ya vita tupate ile wisdom yake, alafu na guidance na ni hata na wananchi kwenye Uganda. Hii watu
otakaye gwango kweza kusitira amabega abazahambuki abakumanya ko ba Al-Shabaab bakargaye batahirira nkambi ya Uganda eryo mu ihanga rya Somalia yo kubasa kuretaho obusinge nangwa no kutekaho butebekana kugira ngo abantu bokwe bakabasa kutunga obusinge kandi hona nabo batanga gukora imirimo yabo yabwashesha bwira kandi abasirikare nyamwingi bakargaye bahutazubwa nangwa na bamwe bargaye bafa aharwa mukaga resabe
right ibintu byo kandi byabase kuba mu ihanga rya Somalia batmiswa kutezaho kushendana no kumuriza abasirikare iherya UPDF kugira ngo bundi bagaruka mu mbera bagumize mu cy'abatwire tebyo kugira ngo abamwe muri tubire tugira ngo bargeyo manya baza kuyitubwa busha bito businge bwaba butari mu Somalia umunya-Uganda no butine businge kuri geranke bwambe biturebere izoba erya nyumazyo ubu orkwebembera akakiko ko rukwata ahabyinshonga yo kwerinda umuyanga ritu erya Uganda honorable Nyakikongoro Rosemary ari kugira ngo obusinge tugwetaga mu Africa yona not necessarily mu Uganda ngumweni heri ya UPDF ruberi yokwe bendishikiriza omukagugwayo na Somalia katugumize mu namakuru gandi abari bazora akantu bo bagumize ngumbwenu hariyo President Museveni narwa mu ntebe ngwabo kuba emiruma gikozire ngo kwakunzire ababarigire kushobora kugira ngo President Museveni ahariyo ashire nkoremirwe ihangana ndakuricuranye ngwenu bari mbagezo kurundane mukono yakubasa kwetengesa kumushenda ekamwiha omuntebe katurebe ukaki
urukuru w'ihanga rya Uganda wekitinitsa yowereka guta Museveni hone rya nyakazoba yarge yaganiraho n'abanya-Uganda ubwo ari kubashobora hanshongezero zigendo mu misho mu ihanga aharimo ibye sente ibi byo kwerinda hona nangwa n'ibindi bintu nyamwingi eberombe teganisa abanya-Uganda yargaye hona yagambe shonga nyamwingi kandi hona umukoro gwaguriya hacishaye kiruma.
In the morning I was feeling in the morning I was feeling as if I have a slight cold. So I called my medical team to check corona. They took samples as usual. There is what they call a rapid one. That one was negative. Then there are two which go for deep analysis. One was negative, the other one was positive. So I'm a suspect of corona as I'm standing here. That's why you saw me coming in separate cars with Mama, saying, Mama, please, you use your car.
Bwa nyuma ya mukuru wihangariye ya Uganda w'ekitinisa Yoweri Kaguta Museveni hono kurga yakarangirira kwasiro kirwire cya COVID-19 kandi hono bwa hati emirimo yeye karya yakagikwasa oryenganzi yihanga Right Honorable Robin Anabanja bwa hati abebembezi korwa mu rubajura habura government ningashiyo kwasa kweta opposition bargaye no kucwera umworo nangwa no kugira ngo bwa hati batangiye kuronda imikono okubasa kwiha mu bwesije umuri mukuru wihanga ahabo kubogo ibintu byena bikora kandi hona nakoraga dubengari ikintu kijaho bwa nyuma ya mukuru wihanga ukwatwa mu kirure cya COVID-19 kandi hona abanyishengera aba nangwa nabebembeze korwa opposition bagira ngo mukuru wihanga akija ari kukimanya ngo arire kandi hona yagumizamo yaza kuganira n'abantu ahizo ari rwakashata mubiyaye naganiraho n'ihanga ariko bashobora bikugenda misho mu ihanga kandi iki kitashikire kandi hona yabasa kuba yarwariza abantu bingi ane bakugira ngo iki nikibahereza urusa kandi hona kibahereza nakagisha ko kubasa kwemerera hwaho bakimusa inshonga yabo yo kubasa kumuyiha mu bwesije bakugira ngo ibintu byeye nabikora atyatyo
Semateka waffe akawayiro namba 107 katukiriza okuyimpeachinga president okujja mu president obwesige singa aba yeyisiza bubi obanga akoze kisasubirwa mu office ya president mulimu misbehavior misconduct nebirala kakati mu mateeka ne procedures ezebyobulamu kiri clear omuntu wabadde obulwadde obuli contagious nga mwalimu 7 bwayina talina kusiiga abalala mbugenderevu enaku lumwe mabega naye mwalimu 7 ne speaker wa parliament ne deputy speaker nga tebambadde masiki kakati yomu mwalimu 7 najja nga bakunganyiza abantu emitwalo 2 ekololo nga tayambadde masiki kiyakoze kyokka kwekwatira ambuleera naye yabaye tayambadde eki masiki kakati ekisookayo tetwagenze kuba tetukkaanya nakyo naye mwalimu 7 kino kyeyakoze n'ebirala ng'obigasse wamu kyenkanankana okweyisa obubi mbugenderevu willful misbehavior akawayo namba 17 mu constitution katukkiriza ng'abaka ba parliament okujja mwalimu 7 obwesige kiyite impeachment ffe tutandise okunoonya emikono mwalimu 7 obujulizi bwe yeewaddeko ne report twagala okusikinga report ze testi ze yakoze buno bujulizi bwankukunala nti mwalimu 7 enneeyisaaye ya bulabe eri bonna bamwetoolodde n'eri eggwanga n'abantu tetumanyi bantu bameka byasiize covid jo kakati
byaba mweyombeebembezi aboro bajoro kukanisa gavumenti omuyangeri ya Uganda bakugeza okushobora enshonga ezibatashemirirwe nazo konka umurimo wa GNTV nikira kugambira kugira ngo iwe ogende n'umutima gwawe kiri kugambira utakahurira icyo riya yagamba ukatekateka ngo niwe ntibasha gukora hariwe ngo kubagambira akawayiro ka igana mushanju mu constitution ya Uganda nikikiriza kugira ngo abanyishengero bahura batashimirwa na mukuru w'ihanga babase kurundane mukono kandi babase kuhereza report ningashi bagisubmitting wa speaker kandi speaker abase kurabira mu judiciary babase kuimpeachinga mukuru w'ihanga konka wachikoro omuringo gutarugwe obasa kuba niwe wahindura ukozura umushango omwanya go kwiyaho ekibi mweno ikirize icyo kibe nito twahindura nacyo riya nyakazobererwa mukaga ebiro 10 byo kwezi okwa mukaga umwaka gwa 2023 kandi nkumanyise ngo ncyakare nizo ya Sunday janu ya King of Kings oyeterane ni to services ni ina kurgo mukashisha ibiro necweka kukina necweka kurigina necweka kukamushanju necweka bwanyuma prayer extra kurgashaha mushanju necweka kuzamwenda necweka na neya eminyeto youth ablaze service iweje chikoro gumeno yeterana nitwe na nabatakaraga GNTV abo kuba programs nyingi zikuba ziriho nka hati narugamo nahaza kuza mu evening special ekutware mpaka shaha ina izoberi ya nchakare tuba tune programs zitari zimwe na zimwe irebuka ngo aguma GNTV kandi washabana King of Kings konka oyikirize aba baruho mwena basime kurga hito atandikira na hito ahika mbasime ahabo kora tara GNTV kandi ukakunda GNTV nkusime iwe mwana wanje oriona tureba aha GNTV nabandi Innocent Itungo ikiriza mpenderaha nkwendeze kiro kirungi ngire ngo mukama akurinde tureba no rwa mukaga orukwiza program ni yemwe weekly news roundup orarege